Next
what
up
is the
on the Straight Up
value
R&D Podcast.
of a black man?
Mm.
And society tells you what a black man is not, right? Well, and they tell you what a black man is, right? Oh, a black man, he's probably been to jail, uneducated, probably got 3 baby mamas,
Right.
probably, on drugs, smoking weed all day. You know what I mean? Not irresponsible, reckless, probably listens to rap music, has a criminal record,
All the stereotypes.
some sort of scamming, probably, was violent and aggressive in school, grew up in a single parent household.
Right.
Mama was probably on drugs, probably high, probably smoking weed too, because that's probably where he got it from. So my question for you, and this is your turn to answer.
Mm-hmm.
What is the value of a black man in today's society?
I do like how you brought all that up because we do live in a society, and even within our own culture. And I see a lot of black women even say this, like how black men ain't shit. They would never date a black man. And I get upset about that because I'm like, you dissing your own people.
Yo.
What's good, y'all?
How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Hope y'all spend time with your family, your friends. You know what I mean?
Ate some good food.
Ate some really good food. Didn't talk about politics. Okay? Don't talk about politics.
Shit, I tried.
But yeah. Welcome to episode 40 of the Straight Up R&D Podcast. Go through the regular schlingo. This is Straight Up R&D Podcast where we give it to you real, raw, uncut, straight up opinions based on motherfucking facts.
Facts.
And the number one rule on this podcast is we do not give a fuck about your feelings. All right?
At all. We love the support, but we know why y'all tune in.
We know why. And before we start this episode, I would like to preface this episode to say this is going to be very controversial.
Like every episode.
like it. But this is probably going to be like maybe the second most controversial one because I know the politics ones was like wild. But this episode is going to be very controversial. And if you can't handle it, if you can't be in the pit and you don't want to get burned, then get the fuck out. All right? This is that
Straight
simple.
like that.
It's just that simple. All right? We're going to give you our perspective, our opinions. And again, we're not being given any malintent against anything. All right? We're just open for debate. Open for debate. Willing to just put the seed out there and then have the discussion about it. That's it. So, I am your host, Rich.
I'm D.
And let's get into it. So, here we go. Is an ambitious woman a problem? Okay.
You go first, bro.
All right. Let me take a look. Yo, cheers. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
So, is an ambitious woman a problem? And I would say yes for the type of man that she's with.
Okay. Explain.
So if she's with a man that he's got everything, right? He's the provider, he can handle everything. I think that if there was a dynamic where there's a woman there that's super ambitious, can create some rift in a relationship. And when I say that is, typically in a regular relationship or marriage, typically the man is supposed to be the leader of the household, right?
Right.
To make certain decisions. Now, am I saying a woman cannot achieve her goals or go for her goals? I'm not saying that. But when I say ambitious in the standpoint of, okay, you have a family. Are you putting your family first or are you putting yourself first?
There has to be sacrifices on both sides.
Right. There has to be sacrifices on both sides. I'm not saying that she cannot be a driven woman to achieve her goals, but if your goals is interfering with your family, then that is a problem.
That's a problem.
Now, if you don't have a family and you're single, please, by all means, be ambitious. Go get your money. Go achieve your dreams. Go and get everything that you want. But just realize when you're in a relationship, and when I say relationship, I'm not talking about no bullshit, oh, that's just my girlfriend or that's just my boyfriend. I'm talking about a serious relationship with intent to being married or already married. You got to know where to draw the line with your ambition, right? Even the same goes for a man. You got to know where to draw the line for your ambition, because if it starts to affect the actual healthiness of your relationship and it actually starts to affect your family, then that can become a problem.
Because as a man, every decision we make, it's what's best for the family. Whatever job I'm taking, the location I say, that we decide to move to. Literally every decision revolving around what's best for my family. So, yeah, but go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's honestly what I think. And, many times where you have, there's a good example where if you say, is that ready? Like, there's good examples where if you say, yeah, you can't have two master chefs in the kitchen because they're always going to buck heads. You can't have two captains sailing the boat because you'll never get to your destination. You know what I mean? You have a captain and your co-pilot. You know what I'm saying? Your co-captain, right? It's not to say that one can't make decisions over the other, but
somebody is the final decision maker.
Exactly.
You can't have two final decision makers.
You got president and vice president, right? Like, there can't be two people making decisions. You're not going to get nothing done. And I'm not saying that a woman can't lead, but if it's established that the man is the leader in your relationship, then sometimes you just got to trust that man.
And you're talking about, when you say an ambitious woman, you're mainly talking about like career driven.
I'm talking about career driven. Like, for example, working 12 hours every day when you got two kids at home.
Who that's going to help?
Who is that going to help?
You got kids. Somebody have to stay home with the kids.
Like,
daycare is too expensive. Like this, bro.
Yeah, it's too expensive. But on the aspect of, okay, let's say your husband is working 8 hours or 10 hours, right? Well, who's going to make that sacrifice to cut down their work? Who's going to be the one to stay at home and watch the kids? Who's more likely? I'm not trying to introduce gender roles.
Who more likely is one, but I guess if you have two people in a relationship, whoever's the breadwinner, more times than not, it's the man.
It's the man. Breadwinner. It's the breadwinner. Now, am I saying you can't work hard to achieve stuff? Am I saying you shouldn't be overly ambitious? Like I said, I'm not saying that. It's all about circumstances.
That would just have to get delayed. And what I mean by that, like, say for instance now you and this woman decide to get together, get married, start a family. Sacrifices have to be made because, one, raising a child is a lot, especially in the early stages. You're not going to want to just drop your child to daycare as a newborn. Now, there are some people who do it, maybe because they have no choice, but if you have a household, somebody has to make the decision like, yo, I'll go work, I'll take care of the house, you stay home well, not take care of the house as in, I'll provide financially for the house and you stay home, look after the child, and make sure the house is up and running. Because that's a team. That's a team. You can't have the man out there busting his ass for the family and the woman like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to bust my ass for the family because I want to be overly ambitious. Now the household doesn't get ran. Now the household's in shambles. Mm-hmm. The kid is not even getting raised by the parents when you both made the decisions to make a kid. It needs to be around its mother, especially in the early stages.
Yes.
A mom has to be around the kid in the early stages. Now, there are women, and I know some that I worked with, once they were pregnant, they retired until further notice because they know that's the right decision for their families. Now, I'm saying with you, not saying you can't be ambitious, but what's for the betterment of the family. Submit to your man, let him go bust his ass, because he's sacrificing too. Bro, when you have a family and you bust your ass, sacrificing your personal life, you sacrifice the things you want to do, because everything you do from sun up to sundown is your family. Going to work, put in overtime, the money that you probably want to spend on yourself when you're single and buying this and that, all of that is going towards your family. So like you are last place in everything now because you're putting your family first. Now that's his job. Woman's job, let me stay home with the kid, make sure the house is good. So then when your partner, your husband comes home, everything is taken care of inside. So now you can't come to me and be like, hey, I want to pursue VP president of a company. I'm like, how the hell that's going to work? How is that going to work? Daycare like $3,000, $4,000 a month. Who paying for that?
Until you get there.
Who dropping the kid off to daycare? Who picking the kid up from daycare? Bro, the main problem I have, too, school gets out like 1, 2 o'clock. Average work day is 9 to 5. Who the hell getting off for work? So now you got to roll the dice like, oh, I cut work yesterday, now you cut work today. No. Do your job. I do my job. And that's it.
That's it.
Not saying you can't have a career. But majority of women that I knew or know, that I knew or know, they put their career to the side for a minute, raise the family. When the kids get older, like, when they get like into regular school, maybe they get to school, even when school gets out like 2, 3, they're in after school sports. Then like you could go back to working if you want. But by that time, you probably got another kid. So that's how I feel.
I mean, like, again, I preface this with saying it depends on the type of man that she's with. It depends on the type of, if she has a family or not. If you're together and you don't have no family, no kids, no nothing like that, then by all means, be the CEO. Be the CEO of the company. Okay? Put in 100 hours a day. Okay? Do it. But just know that when the family comes into the mix, sacrifices have to be made. Let's say you want to be the one to work and your husband stays at home, and then that's the dynamic you have that you do that, right? Let's not get it twisted.
Everybody got a role.
Yeah, everybody got a role, right? A woman could be the captain, a man could be the captain, right? It's however you want to run your household, you can do it however you want,
right?
Right? There's some men not like that. There's some stay-at-home men, not a lot, but they're out there. But
Jesus.
But I'm saying, it all depends on if you got a family or not, because the most crucial moments, that I see and even that I experience is having both parents available when you're younger, when you're a toddler, when you're 5, when you're 6 years old.
That's the best way to raise.
That's the best time to have both parents available for you. All right? And this is where you step in and say, these are sacrifices that you have to make for your family. Being ambitious for yourself is selfish.
That's selfish.
Being ambitious to raise a child properly in a good way is ambitious for your family. I think making a sacrifice is ambitious for your family. That's putting your family first.
Yeah. And you know, another thing too, bro, the way I'm thinking about it, and this is something that I've seen a lot. When a man is busting his ass for his career, like I said, and at least the way I'm thinking about it too, and the way I am, my family's on the back of my head. I'm going for that promotion because I want to make more money for my family so we can move into a bigger house, so I can put my kids in a better school, give my wife more money, whatever. Like I'm doing this because I want my family to be in a better situation. Some women, when they go for these high positions or when they like so career focused, they doing it solely for themselves. Not say they don't help out, maybe contribute, but the main focus, because they're saying this is what I want to do. This is what I want. And that's how men and women are programmed differently. Because we put ourselves last in every situation, but when they do it, it's they putting themselves first because they just have their goals. And I'm not saying putting yourself first doesn't hurt, but just think of the different reasons on why men and women are going for, you know, or trying to achieve things, or trying to achieve certain things. So that's why that normally doesn't work out. Not saying it doesn't work out for some couples. Some people are in a household where both of their parents are never home. They both working and stuff. I don't know, like, what's the outcome. I don't know, like, how that really plays out for the kids.
I have actually heard of people who both of them work crazy hours. They're working all the time.
I don't think that's good for the kids.
And what it is I see that they don't have a real connection to their kids.
Exactly.
They don't really know their kids.
So it doesn't work.
They don't really understand them, you know? So from the perspective of a child, you can feel neglected. Oh, you only see your parents on the weekend, or you only see them, you know, on a holiday, or, you know, maybe they're staying with the babysitter all the time. And it's like, if they're staying in school for 6-7 hours of the day, right? Mm-hmm. Then they come home and they spend another 3-4 hours with the babysitter. They come and see you. By that time, you're not even cooking or anything because the babysitter should have already handled all the feeding your kids and everything, right? The most that you're probably going to do is put them in a bed. Put them to sleep. And you're going to wake up, drop them off to school, and then go to work. And the cycle continues, right? So how do you think that child is going to feel? Mm-hmm. Do you think that they're going to end up leading down the path of taking drugs, getting into gangs, stealing, robbing, you know, doing all this foolishness? You're not even going to be able to understand your child when they have a problem. You're not even going to be able to see issues within a child. If both parents are super ambitious, or if your woman is ambitious, right? Typically, men do things for their family or for a woman. We make money for those two things.
That's it.
We don't make money just so, whoa, yeah, I got $100,000 in my bank account just because. Like, I'm not going to go to another guy and brag to him about that. I'm not even going to a woman to brag about it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, at least I know I have money to provide if I needed to. And if she has money and doesn't need a man to provide, that makes my job easier, right? But at the end of the day, you don't want to be a man that don't have nothing, right? Because most women are looking for a man that has something, some ambition, some sort of, you know, asset, some vision or something that he's working
something,
towards.
At least a vision. Like, even if you're a guy, you may not have it today, but you gotta like be putting in the work to achieve something. Like, if you're a guy who maybe don't have a job or money, but if you're in school working to get to that specific job, or you're doing whatever to get to that job, and it's like, all right, then you have a vision. You're on to something. But no woman want no bum just sitting on the side of the road.
Shit, I wouldn't want a bum female. I wouldn't want a worthless female. I wouldn't want a female that has nothing going for herself. Like, she didn't have. It's like you meet someone and you can say, oh, she has ambition, right? She has ambition. She knows how to work hard. She knows how to make money and grind. I would want that. But if I have a family, if I end up being with her and starting a family with her, you can't do that no more. One of us got to cut it. We can have that discussion. I'm open for that.
Yeah.
But within a family, it can't be two. Unless our kids grow up and they're out of the house and they do
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying.
Then go ahead, be the
when
CEO.
the kids are more independent and they could take
be the
care
next
of themselves.
be the next Kamala Harris, yo. Like, come on. But nah, like I think you know, I know a lot of people are probably gonna misconstrue what I'm saying because they're hearing me but they're not understanding me. Right? Mm-hmm. And oftentimes people need to not only listen but understand and comprehend what somebody is saying.
And just think about it too, like out of a man and a woman, who's better to take care of a child anyway? Usually it's the woman. You have that motherly love. It's just y'all just more of caretakers. Like when you sit down and look at it, like who's really better at going and providing and hustling and getting to it? It's really men. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to bring Kamala into this, but I just gotta use this example.
Go ahead.
When she, after the race, she went and took a vacation to Hawaii for like, whatever it was, like a week, right? I saw people saying, you was only in a race for 100 days. And you're currently the VP, and you're only going to be a VP for like another month or two. Why are you taking a vacation? But if a man did that, it'll be a whole nother set of criticism for this guy because he chose to take a vacation. Meanwhile, the opponent you lost to, he won, got to work immediately.
And he doesn't have to.
20 years older than you. Doesn't have... taking meetings with leaders of the world saying, yo, fly out to Mar-a-Lago, let's cut a deal because I'm the goddamn president right now. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, that's the difference between a man and a woman. And I'm guarantee you, if it was a man in the place of Kamala, he would have been criticized to high hell. But because it's a woman, it's like, okay, yeah, take your vacation. Whenever a man takes a vacation or break, it's always looked down upon.
Shit, even when Biden took a vacation, they clowned us for that.
Oh my God, yeah, that's a great point. They clowned this man to high hell.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying he don't deserve a break. That's a stressful job.
It just don't look good.
But it don't look good, bro.
You take a vacation. Well, you taking a vacation for what?
We got wars going on.
Wars. We got a crisis going on in the goddamn country.
People dying every day, bro.
You see what I'm saying? That's how it looks. That's how it looks. So
Shit.
that's just the difference.
Honestly, I think if I was president, I wouldn't take it. I would not take vacation.
You can't.
I don't think I would take a vacation.
You can't. But that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between a man and a woman. Okay, you lost, but you're still currently the sitting VP. You got shit to do. So men just have the ability to just go. And, you know, women, which I'm not even faulting, sometimes you may need a break, and that's fine. But when you're divvying up the roles of, like, who should, like, be the provider and work hard and bring everything back into the household, 9 times out of 10 is the man that's best suited for that role.
I mean, look, think of it. Even back in the Stone Ages, the men went out to go and hunt. The men put their lives out to fight these wild beasts.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? I would never let my woman go out there and fight a bear or a boar or whatever animal to bring home food. I would never do that. You know, just because times has changed now and we're not literally going out with bow and arrows and swords to kill a bear or hunt a deer, the same concept applies because now today we're not as barbaric and, you know what I mean? But still going to work, it's tough. It ain't easy. Nobody wants to go to work and, you know, have to get up early. You got a boss over you telling you what to do. You trying to meet quotas. You trying to do all of this stuff. That's the other type of stress. You know what I mean? Oh, you got to work 5 extra hours today. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's jobs where you have to work extra today. Oh, we got nobody covering the shift. You are the one you're going to do it. Like, I wouldn't want my woman to do that because I'm like, yo, I want her to come home, relax, take care of the kids, take care of the house, chill. I'll go out there and I'll be the one to endure that bullshit. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like, a lot of people use too much emotion about, like, oh, well, you're saying women can't go and be ambitious to do this, that, and that. Can a woman not help the family? By her being ambitious, isn't that benefiting the family? I was going to ask you that. I was going to contradict you and say, can a woman not have the same mentality?
She can. I ain't saying women can't go out there and, bust their ass. Like you said before, there are some women who are the breadwinners, and they're stay-at-home dads. Like,
yeah, and it's fine.
That's fine, but like, that's a small percentage of households. Like, I'm trying to even think myself. I know one family currently that does that, but every other family that I know, the men are out there getting it, or it's just a situation where, like, New York is expensive. We live in New York where the woman is forced to work until the man makes enough money where the woman can sit down.
Yeah. But different times now.
Different times. But I know somebody that literally moved out of New York. Literally moved out of New York because he did not want his wife to work because they had a family. Mm-hmm. So he was like, New York's too expensive. By us staying here, she has to work, and he wants her to be able to just, relax, stay at home with the kids, and live a soft life.
That's what I would call a leader.
So they moved out of New York, got a crib, and they Gucci.
I bet you before they got out of New York, they was in an apartment.
Yeah, they were.
Tell me that's not a level up.
They were.
Tell me that's not, no. Seriously, think about it. Is that not a fucking level up? You get a house, you leave New York, you're renting, spending $2,000-$3,000 a month.
Only God
right?
knows, yeah.
On a bitch ass apartment with one room. Your living room is now a bedroom for your children. You and your wife is busting your asses, can't take care of your kid, can't afford daycare, but you leave New York to buy a house. Your wife doesn't work, you work, and it's still gravy.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it had me thinking too. I'm like, damn.
This is not bullshit we're talking, yo.
Yeah. He had 2 kids, by the way.
2 kids.
2 kids. So just imagine juggling who's going to watch the kids while they both at work. I remember some of the things he was saying, like, they had to pull the younger kid out of daycare because it was getting too expensive. So they would just ask family members. He made a schedule out with them. Like, hey, can you watch so-and-so? And I've just become too much of a burden. So they're like, you know what? Save up some bread. Purchase a crib out of state. Wife is a stay-at-home watching the kids while he's working. Happier life.
And it works.
Works.
And I know in a previous episode, and it's crazy that the last 2 episodes are referred back to past episodes because we've been keeping it real raw and uncut this whole time, is that if the black community was a community, then sure, you could have both parents being ambitious or whatever. Let's say, hear me out. Why? Let's say, if there was real community and union in the black family, in the black community, then yeah, sure. Bringing your child over to, Auntie Sharon or Sharon, Auntie Sharon, right? Auntie Sharon, she wouldn't have a problem with that. She would have been a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
She could have watched. It wouldn't be a problem. Help the community raise the child. But we don't have that, so we got to live with the reality that we're in. And Lord knows black people can't get that shit together to begin with, so it ain't going to happen anyway. So obviously, like the person you were talking about, move. He works, wife stays home, and take care of the kids.
And the thing about it, it's just an easier life. Like, yes, if 2 people are working, there's more money coming in. Yes, but at what cost? The destruction of your household, kids not knowing who their parents are. and think about it. What would get done in the house if 2 people come home and tired? Bro, when you come home from work, you tired, right?
Hell yeah. Shit. I don't even want to walk my dog. I'm that tired, bro.
I come home off the goddamn train, bro. I'm tired. Sometimes I fall asleep without even knowing I fell asleep. And then I'm like, shit, I still got to do this. And sometimes I still got to, like, log on to work when I come back because other shit that just didn't get done.
Happened to me, too. He's like, got to go home, still got to work.
So now if 2 people are doing that, what's getting done? What's getting done? Who cooking dinner?
And to me, that's showing how much money people are putting money before family, you know, putting money before people. And it's like, damn, when you die and you drop dead on the job, your job is not going to care about you.
That job posting up the next day.
The next day, oh damn, we need somebody to fill out all of these forms and submit these paperwork and all this. Put up the posting right now. Hire an intern. Get somebody. You think they care? You think they care? They're gonna say, oh, so and so passed away. Donate a few dollars. That's it. Come to the viewing if you want. Everybody shed tears and move the fuck on. Move the fuck on with life, bro. And that's one of the realities that a lot of people don't really understand is that when you're dead, right? When you die, people are going to care about you for like the first week. And then the next week, everybody's like, oh shit, it's been 2 years since that nigga died. Oh, I got to put it down. You finally got me. Since that dude died, oh, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now everybody's supposed to care. Like, no, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
All them people back that died a long time ago, who cares? Nobody crying over you today, bro. Mm-hmm. Nobody crying today.
Not to even go off topic. That's why I always tell my wife, like, yo, when I go, I don't even want a funeral. Just cremate me. Funerals are way too expensive.
Don't waste the money.
Bro, funeral put people in debt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, don't waste no money on a funeral. Cremate me, plant me in the backyard, grow me as a tree or some shit. Something like just go the cheaper route because, like, bro, you want to have people showing up to your funeral and you talk to in 10 years. Yeah, that was my bro. I knew him since day one, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, please.
Go sit down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody going to show all this fake love.
Bro, they're going to put you on a T-shirt. Wash it a few times. It becomes faded and they're going to throw it in the trash. Come on, bro. That's the reality. That's the reality. So family comes first all the time. All right? And that's where the sacrifices that need to be made, whether it's a man or a woman. So ambitious women can be a problem. It can. It really can.
When you have a household, you just everybody gotta know their role. And that's it.
That's it, bro.
Know your role.
Look, and then we're gonna change topics. We're gonna close this out, but I would like to end with this. When you go to a job, you have a fucking role. Mm-hmm. If you are the janitor, your role is janitor.
None else.
You're not HR. You're not CEO. You're not the maintenance crew. You're the janitor. So know your role. And when everybody plays their role, shit gets done.
That's that.
That is that. Moving on. All right. So, what is the value of a black man? And I'm going to preface this with a little bit of examples is that, and sometimes I was really struck by this when I thought about it. It's like society tells you what a black man is not, right? Well, and they tell you what a black man is, right? Oh, a black man, he's probably been to jail, uneducated, probably got 3 baby mamas.
Right.
Probably, on drugs, smoking weed all day. You know what I mean? Not irresponsible. reckless, probably listens to rap music, has a criminal record,
All the stereotypes.
some sort of scamming, probably, was violent and aggressive in school, grew up in a single parent household.
Right.
Mama was probably on drugs, probably high, probably smoking weed too, because that's probably where he got it from. So my question for you, and this is your turn to answer.
Mm-hmm.
What is the value of a black man in today's society?
I do like how you brought all that up because we do live in a society, and even within our own culture. And I see a lot of black women even say this, like how black men ain't shit. They would never date a black man. And I get upset about that because I'm like, you dissing your own people. You know what I mean? So I think our value is just like any other man. Like the same thing we just talked about in the last topic. Black men can be providers and leaders of their household. I mean, it sucks that in pop culture we're looked at. And pop culture, people outside of our community, they look at people like Sexy Red, the face for black women. Or look at all these other rappers with tattoos on their face and like, oh, that's what black men are like. I was actually listening to something the other day and a black guy said baby daddy. And a white man was like, are you black? You just said baby daddy. So I'm like, this is like how we are looked at. And it's a little bit our fault because of what we're choosing to showcase on in our music, on TV, and online. Because there's a large population of black people that are not like that. Mm-hmm. And we do come from two-parent households. We do have jobs, have education, and everything. So the same men that women you claim to be looking for, they are in the black community. Unfortunately, and like I said, in music and on TV and everywhere else you look online, black men are being disrespected at high levels. I don't see that with any other group of men. I don't. And this culture we have too with black men versus black women, even making us look even more stupid. Mm-hmm. Saying the whole black community is just in the garbage. Honestly, it's a war between us. And I'm like, when is this shit gonna stop? So black men have a lot of value. Black men we know. And we hang with all educated, jobs, houses, cars, money. Like, there are black men out there that are good. Majority of them are good. Then, you got some hood rats.
But you can't make the hood rats the main focus of what a black man is.
Every group has,
the hood rat.
Yeah, have the hood rat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, all right, not to cut you. When you think of the word hood rat, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Sexy Red.
Okay, but what's the first race that comes to your mind?
Definitely black. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. It is. It is.
Oh my goodness.
We're all
It's
being
fucking
programmed
sad.
like that. That's how it is. We're all being programmed like that. And there's value in black women too. And the thing with black women, they're always looked at as the angry black woman. Combative. Not feminine. They have masculine tendencies.
A problem.
You know what I mean?
A liability.
That's how they looked at. But we know there are black women that are not like that. There are some black women like that, but not all of them. There's some black women who grew up in traditional households.
Yeah, and there's some ambitious black women too.
Yeah. So this shit we have, man, like, I'll do hold my people accountable, but at the same time, like, there are good people in our culture who come from traditional values or who have traditional values and are looking to be a family and just looking for a peaceful life. Mm-hmm. All the people you see on TV and shit, man, that ain't black culture, bro. That's a subset of black culture, but as a whole, no. As a whole, no.
It's not. Like, I'm looking at the question, what is the value of a black man? And let's say I'm a step in the shoes of like a Hispanic dude, a white dude, an Asian dude. And if I'm looking at that, honestly, I don't know how I would answer that question. I would say I don't know. What is the value of them? Like, What would be the value of a black man? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Because of the way the society paints the picture of black people or black men, it really makes it just look like, why are they even here? Why are they around? What benefit do they bring to society? What have they done? You know what I'm saying? Like, you even look back to the civil rights movement, to all of that. If I was the Asian man, and I'm looking at that, I'm like, damn, they just looking like they complaining. Like, why don't they just go back to where they came from? Like, if you're not being treated well, go back to your nation.
No,
You know
you're
what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the stuff that makes me think. But like the value of a black man as a black man is having a backbone.
Thick skin, man. Gotta have thick skin.
I think that's the value of I think the value of a black man is the value of a black man is having a backbone. It's having a backbone. Whether or not you run in a Fortune 500 company or you have a family at home. Having a set of core values that you believe in and staying by it and saying what you mean and meaning what you say, that's the value of a black man.
Stand on business, man.
Okay? The value of a black man got us where we are today. Black people got us here. Right now, if it wasn't for black people, we would still be segregated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We still would be on a plantation.
But they had their beliefs and they stood on what they believed in.
It took a black man to revolutionize the United States. It took a black man for Haiti to gain their independence.
Mm-hmm.
That's the value of a black man.
Great points, yeah.
But shit is not highlighted in society, and you can. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. Next time we have another guest, we're gonna ask them, what is the value of a black man? They could be whatever race. They could be any race. And I'm gonna ask them, what is the value of a black man?
And how do they? What do they think of black people when we bring up, Black Americans? Like, what pops up in your head?
I'm gonna give you guys a quiz too. Let me know in the comments or just in your head if you're afraid to write, because I know a lot of y'all watch the videos but afraid to comment. You know what I'm saying? I want to say a couple of words and let me know what the first race that comes to your mind. All right? Ratchet. Ghetto. Broke. Criminal. Prison. Oppressed. What are the things? What race comes to mind when those words are being said? Do you picture yourself? Do you picture another race? Like, let us know. And if you're afraid, ask somebody that question. Ask your best friend that question and see what they say. Because I can guarantee you, 90% of the time, it's going to be a black person.
Let me ask you, do you think some of that is our own fault also?
Of course. I mean, look at our music.
Yeah.
Look at our movies. I mean,
Tyler Perry.
you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the celebrities that all these people praise and bow down to. Look at them. Look at their lifestyle. What type of lifestyle they live in? Is it a good example? Would you ever say to your child, "Oh, Cardi B is a good role model"?
I was just about to say her. Because think about it. That's who they brought out as representation of black people during Kamala Harris' campaign. Out of all the people you could have brought out.
Why they couldn't pick Neil deGrasse or whatever that scientist's name is? Why they couldn't put him?
Yeah, listen to him a lot.
Successful scientist. He's black. He aligns with the Democratic Party. Why you couldn't use him? Why you couldn't get some Harvard graduate that's a doctor that's black, that's a Democrat? Why you couldn't get these prominent, positive black people to come to these rallies to show them off? No, instead you get the bullshit, the drug dealers, the dudes that's talking about kill this person, clap this, shaking ass on TV. Like, that's the people that you decide to pick, and then you expect me to be okay with voting for Kamala Harris?
And again, when it's election season, the whole world is looking at us.
You expect me to align myself with that? You expect me to go to the polls, go out and vote for that? Oh, because she's quote unquote black? Because she's quote unquote this? No, if she was somebody who I said, all right, she put out, some educated people out there, people that young people should aspire to be, work hard to be, make a name for themselves, give hope to the black community to say, look, we serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give you a free Meg Thee Stallion concert and talking about shaking booty and all of that, twerking. Like, this is the image that you're giving young girls.
That's what I'm saying.
You listen to this girl's lyrics, that's why you think all these girls got OnlyFans.
Yep. Meg Thee Stallion at the rally. She performed that song, I'm Sexy, Bougie, Ratchet. I'm like, bro, the whole world's paying attention to this campaign. And that's what you're going to say?
Is that the height of black art? That's another thing. Is that the best black art that we have? That, man, our vice president is on this too, bro. That shit is a fucking joke, bro.
It's a joke. How much, think about the music our parents and grandparents were raised on. And to this shit we have out now. It's like, come on, man. Like, my grandfather, he still listens to jazz because that's what he listened to back in his day. And know some older people that listen to old school R&B, some of that soulful music that black people, when we was at our height. Now, it's all about bang, bang, shoot 'em up, spin blocks, rocket launchers through cars and shit.
Yo, they even have some prominent upcoming black country singers now.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see that's making a wave coming back. Like, why not promote that? Why not promote that? He's not talking about killing nobody, shooting nothing. He's talking about relationships, his woman, you know what I mean? His feelings. Promote that stuff, not ass shaking and twerking on stage.
But that's how they look at us, bro.
Shit, bro. How they
look at us.
This is my problem with black people. This is my problem right here. Even we dropped the episode of the election day polling when we went out to the sites. One woman was saying, people stealing her garbage bin. We in a black community. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that?
Garbage bins.
A garbage bin.
What the hell are you going to do with that?
Like, come on. If you can spend $100 for weed, you can spend $30 for a garbage bin. Where the fuck is the priorities? I'm not talking bullshit. Where the fuck is the priorities at? What sense does this make?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like how we looked at, I don't like how we looked at nationally, but it is some of our own fault, man. Like, the music has to change. Because that's going through everywhere. These rappers are doing international tours. Going around international, so everybody around the world is listening to all this ratchet nonsense. And I think that's how black people are. When we're not. We're not, yo. The black people, we hang around with ain't like that.
I don't surround myself around black people that's like that. I really don't. They can miss me with that bullshit. They can miss me with that bullshit.
When that's being promoted, what else are you going to think?
You know what's crazy? One time, this is years ago, I went out with some friends, and I'm gonna tell you this: I was with a diverse group of friends. All right, I was the only black dude in the group. Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. Okay, we go out to play pool, and we're in Manhattan, Midtown. So you know the type of people that's over there. We get in the bar. And, we're there looking for a pool table. And I like you not, maybe 5 minutes I was in there. Literally just came in. We're like, oh, a black dude comes up to me and asks me, out of everybody else, he saw the group that I walked in with. We came out the elevator, 7 people deep. Mm-hmm. He asks me if I want some cocaine. I'm like, I really told him, I said, yo, bro, are you serious? He's like, nah, bro. He trying to dap me up. He's saying the N-word left and right. Nah, I'm good. My
N-word left and right.
N-bomb, I'm good. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, why you asking me that? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to put you on. I said, no, I don't need to be put on. I literally said, no, I don't need to be put on, bro.
Put on to what?
I'm like, yo, go ask somebody else that. Don't ask me.
Put on to a life of addiction.
Like, dude, I'm like, bro, we're in Midtown, and you see out of everybody else, let's pick on the black guy to see if he want to buy some drugs. As another black dude, you're going to try and sell me drugs to screw up my life, screw up another black man's life for your own, for some money. I mean, you shouldn't be selling drugs in the first place, but let's be real. Like, you're going to come to me out of this. I'm the only black person in the bar except for him and me and him. And you come and ask me because I'm black and you feel so comfortable to ask me some stupid shit like that.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy? There's a viral video going around right now of 2 girls traveling to Turks and Caicos. And they got caught with like an eighth of weed and some edibles. And then they're in the airport crying because they decided to search their bag again. You know, like when you travel, bro, like sometimes when you travel to different countries, and I think it was like this, where I went? I think it was like this when I went to Barbados one time. Yes, you get off the plane, you're in the country, you would still have to go put your bag through like an extra, extra security. Like an extra, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, them chicks don't travel. That's why they wouldn't know that.
That's a fact. So sometimes, even though you enter the country, you cleared out the USA, they will still say, hey, let me check your bag or put your bag through an extra security check. They're there crying and blaming on TikTok and blaming online like, oh, nobody told me that they were going to check our bags again and shit. And then I'm looking at the comments and I see people are kind of saying like, oh, like typical black shit or down in the black women or basically down in black people as a whole because that's how they think we are. Like, we need to travel with drugs. We need to get high. And one comment really stuck out to me. It was like, damn, can some of y'all black people just not stay sober for a couple of days? Like, you're traveling to a different country. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, this shit that's being portrayed online, now people just think this is just black people as a whole.
That's fucking true.
Well, it is true. It's like, damn, you travel to a different country, like, you can't stay sober for a couple of days, that you got to try and sneak drugs and shit. Like, other countries don't play that shit. You saw what Brittany Griner went to Russia, locked her ass up for like a small amount of weed. Like, you traveling with all of these drugs because you just can't stay sober for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. She was locked up for a good amount of time.
Yeah, and them girls got lucky. I think they just had to pay a fine, and they probably confiscated the drugs, and they were fine. They were free to be let go. Mm-hmm. Lucky. Mm-hmm. Other countries not doing that.
I hope they learned a lesson and they stopped smoking weed when they came back to the States.
Oh, they did.
Wishful thinking. Black people can't give up shit these days anyway. I mean, you tell them, hey, don't do this, don't do that. They don't want to do it. Yeah, it's whatever, man. It's whatever, bro. Like, this is the shit that keeps us down, yo. Like, it just does.
Yeah, and it pisses me off, man, because that's why sometimes I say I gotta just stay off social media for a while.
Yo, sometimes you gotta detox from that shit. Bro.
Yeah, like this is why sometimes I just do, because I just get pissed. Cause like, I'm like the nerve of that person in the comments to say, "Oh, y'all black people can't just stay sober for a couple of days. I'm like, bro, when I travel, I ain't carrying no damn drugs with me. Like,
yeah, I would have gave that comment a like. To be honest, I was like, bro, I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. Like, y'all can't stay sober for a fucking day. And you know, not to go off topic, because I was doing some research about weed, and they're saying weed is addictive.
yeah,
But before it was like, oh, we don't really have any evidence that it's addictive. We don't have this and this. There were all this bullshit. Now that it's legalized in a lot of states, a lot of research groups are now able to conduct more studies on people when they're smoking weed. And they're seeing a lot more side effects and a lot more health effects to smoking weed now that they have free range in some states to do a lot of tests on people. Because before, when it was illegal, they couldn't get a lot of people to be smoking it. Right. So now that it is legal, they're finding a lot of downsides to this shit, you know.
Now you probably can actually study it now.
Exactly. So they're studying it and they're finding a lot of shit now. And, you know, I just laugh at it and I say, you know, it's so funny because after the damage is done, who's really going to be making out when the weed addict has to go to rehab to get off weed? When the addict has to take other medication to suppress whatever bullshit side effects they got now. The pharmaceutical companies. And these pharmaceutical companies are owned by what? Rich white organizations, right? They're the ones that making the money. So yeah, legalize the weed. Run outside and smoke 10 joints a day, every single fucking day, right? And then when your ass is, I can't focus. I just feel I have no ambition. I have no testosterone. I can't do shit. Oh, do you smoke? Yes. Cigarettes? No. Weed? Oh, that's why. Because it affects you.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like, man, I don't even need that study to even come out. Like, how many people we know that they can't eat without smoking or wake up in the morning and smoking, got to go to work. Before they go to work, they smoking. Like, they were addicted.
They're addicted. And the thing is, they don't want to admit it. They're in denial. And an addict is always going to deny. Right? Like, that's just what it is. So, good segue. Are black people still oppressed? Out of everything, before you answer this question, out of everything we fucking talked about, are black people still oppressed?
When I think of somebody being oppressed, I'm thinking of them. They don't have opportunities that are given to them to succeed. I think of nobody in that group is successful. I'm thinking of them. They don't have the resources available to become successful. I don't think black people's oppressed. No. I mean, are there certain challenges in the community? Yeah. Is it maybe a tiny bit harder in a way for black people to gain some recognition or to get some opportunities? Okay, you can say that. But oppressed? No. How many black leaders we know that are in high positions that we know of today? How many black successful people that we know of today? How many black people are doing good in our community that's trying to lift us up and put us on game that we know of today? Like,
A lot.
I can't sit here and say we as a group is oppressed. And you know what really goddamn annoys me? There are black people that's, that's on like these airwaves that are making a lot of money and saying we are still oppressed. I'm like, we are, but you're the one that's making millions of dollars on this radio show, on this TV network.
Telling the broke people that you're oppressed.
Yeah, but you don't look so oppressed to me. Why? Because that's when you get off of work, you go home to a $1 million house, swimming pool, traveling all across the country. So how are you going to tell other black people that they're oppressed when you're doing just fine in life? And that what really annoys me. And I'm like, I don't know what it is that they're trying to do. I feel like they're trying to keep black people in this victim mindset. Like the black people who made it, they want to tell them, other black people, like, yeah, It's hard. This is why you can't do it. The man is stopping you from succeeding. When how many examples of there
do we have?
How many of them do we have? So
we have a shit ton.
I have a shit ton of example that you can do fine. You can do just fine.
You can make it. You can make it.
You don't gotta be a millionaire, but you could get a job, have a good career, make a great salary, buy a house, support you and your house. Like, you can do anything you want in today's world.
And then it goes back to the very first question. Ambition. Yeah. Ambition. Do you have the ambition to make the money? Do you have the ambitions to achieve whatever it is you want? Obviously, we had a president that was black. The sky's the limit at that point. You can't tell me you're still oppressed. Your president was black. Your president of the United States was black, not for one term, but for 2 terms.
Yeah.
That defied everything. That's not saying, oh, the next black president is going to be the first black president for 2 terms. This dude was the first black president and the first 2-term black president. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
And clip Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a big achievement right there.
And for those of y'all that say Kamala's black, I mean, she ran for president.
She's the first black vice president. You saying she black?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So women out there, what's the excuse now? What is it? You saying you can't? You can. And here's my answer to this question: are black people still oppressed? Yes, they're still oppressed because they're oppressing themselves.
Oh,
that's the fucking problem.
That's a great answer.
And that is why black people are in the current state we are in right now. That's why. You're oppressing your fucking self. It's not no one else. This other fictional character, white man, is the one that has his fucking foot on your neck. Come on, bro. Let's be fucking real.
Yeah,
let's be fucking real, bro.
Fictional character.
Who is this white dude? Who is he? Where is he? Show me.
Yeah, let me know.
What organization is this white man that's continuing to hold you down?
Where he live?
Where's his headquarters? Let's go. Let's go march. Let's protest. Let's go to his house.
Put his name out there, yo.
You know what I mean? Where the hell is he? That's the shit that gets me so upset with this shit. It's like, come on now. Y'all still doing this black and white bullshit? No, you're oppressing your fucking self, bro. That's the shit that gets me tight. Bro.
I don't know how many examples we need for our community to know that we can achieve whatever you want to achieve. I mean, shit, man, there's black CEOs, black millionaires, billionaires. There's so much black leadership. So many black people that's doing well. But the man is holding you back. I don't know.
It's just self. That's what it is, bro. Like, nobody's going to give you a handout to make $1 million. No millionaire is going to walk up to you and say, you're oppressed. Here's $1 million. Move on with life. Nobody's going to do that. No one does it.
Hey, I know you Valuetainment, PBD podcast. I was listening to them, and I think I brought it up on the show before, but I mean, I just think it's good to say again. He was interviewing Eric Trump. And everybody always say like, oh, they were born into wealth. I mean, yeah, Trump was born into wealth. His father gave him money. But then they started to talk about their work ethic. They don't sleep. They're always on the go. They constantly work. That's what you got to do. Say what you want, but this is what you got to do to achieve what you want. Nothing is ever handed to you. They were born into wealth, but to keep it and to build it to what it is now, you have to work. JD Vance. Again, I'm just bringing up examples. That nigga was fuck.
Good, I'm not the only one this episode. I had a streak too.
I never had a streak. I thought it was gonna be the one, but he was piss poor, and worked his way up to where he at now. So the key thing is just to work. Just go. Have ambition. Do what you want. I met black people who was just doing well in their lives. And everything they were just telling me, like, yeah, man, just work. That's just it. Not really holding you back. And I know people, I know the black people that listen to this, I know you know successful black people. I know you do. I know you do. But, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And I, like, as you were talking, I'm thinking, we have a black dude that's in the Supreme Court justice.
Oh my God.
we had a black president. We have all these black inventors. We got black people making Kanye West making a billionaire off of his music. Michael
crazy,
Jackson.
But damn, he doing well.
Yeah, it might be crazy. Jay-Z and all this Diddy. Even though they're in those shenanigans and scams and or whatever it is.
But you can't say they didn't work.
You can't say they didn't work for what they got. We got TD Jakes, billionaire pastor. Come on now. Black people are supposed to be the most Christians in the world, bro. Like, what's the excuse? There is none. There literally is no damn excuse. And this is why we're going to continue down this train of complaining, begging, and looking for handouts everywhere we go and not go nowhere and not get nowhere. We can't control our kids. We can't control the music that we listen to. We can't hold the music industry accountable for the garbage that they're putting out. Mm-hmm. We can't stay off weed. I mean, trust me. Don't be surprised when cocaine becomes legal. Don't be surprised. I'm telling you, don't be surprised.
I ain't surprised at nothing no more, yo.
Like, don't be surprised. I tell people all the time, don't be surprised when that shit becomes legal, bro. And then, alcohol is legal. Yeah, we drink or whatever. But does that mean, okay, let's start making other drugs legal and we know there's no real benefit to them shits? Like, come on, bro. Let's be realistic. And be honest.
Yeah, bro.
Shit, man. But like I said, this is going to be a very controversial episode.
It was a good one, though.
It was just good. I was very passionate about this one. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit that bothers me. A lot of shit that bothers me.
The fictional character, that got me.
Yeah, it's legit. And it's like, I don't think I'll be alive to see the day that, you know, where black people hold themselves accountable for the shit that they do. I don't think I will be alive to see that day. I would hope so, but I don't think I will be. I don't really know. Like, it is what it is, man.
We'll be gone.
We gone. We got the Whoopi Goldbergs of the world that's like complaining and whatever.
She said, yo, what pissed me off?
Play a
victim.
victim.
Some shit like, oh, I have to work. If I want to be here, if I didn't have all the money in the world, I have to work. It's like, Whoopi, please don't compare yourself to the everyday American. They was like, she made, like $8 million a year. I mean, she had a whole movie career. Like, you don't gotta be there. There are some people, if they're fired from their jobs, they don't know what the hell they're gonna do within the next week. The View could shut down. You'll be like, okay, whatever. You'll be fine for a year. You'll be fine for a couple. You'll be fine until your time has come. Like, this is what I'm saying, man. Like, some of these black people want to say they are oppressed and they don't got the opportunity when you're doing far better than most of America. Not even just black people, most of America.
You're definitely doing better than the people that's crossing the border. I'll tell you that much. Don't get me started on that. We'll save that for another episode. But yeah, yo, like, it's a damn shame. You know, Straight Up R&D Podcast was on they black conscious shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we talk about it all, yo.
We talk about it all. And definitely like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. Again, this was a very controversial episode. A lot of you are probably not going to like it because the truth hurts.
Yeah.
And I can't apologize for that. It is what it is. I'm living it, so I could tell you. You know what I mean? All of y'all that's living in whatever country, whatever state, yo, I'm living it. This is the shit that's around me. This is the shit that I see all the time. These are the excuses that I hear. And I'm just telling you what I experienced. And that is what it is. There's no bullshit around it. And, it's facts. You can look back on the history. You could see, go to Google and type in, was there ever a black U.S. president? And you will find that, yes, we did have one for 2 terms. And he ended a long-standing war that the Republicans, George W. Bush, started or went into and couldn't finish the job. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to him, Obama, for that. But I don't got anything else. I think we got to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, comment, subscribe. Check out the shorts. And leave a comment.
Yeah. Leave a comment, y'all.
So I'm Rich. I'm signing out.
D signing out.
See you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Later, y'all.